Thank you for having me here tonight, and I want to thank Suyi for inviting me. I don't have any slides. I'm just going to talk about a couple of personal experiences. Many of you could be seniors, and you could be lucky enough to have that first job in your pocket. And your mindset is that, you know, when I get there, when I really start hitting the ground running at my new job, I'm going to show my employer that I can work long hours and I can work very intensively while I'm there. And that's a great thought. That absolutely is a great thought. It was never my thought. Because I worked in the financial services industry my whole life until I was lucky enough to join the faculty here. And a strong work ethic goes without saying. If you're not really going to work hard, then the financial industry is definitely not for you. My thought was very different, and it was this. I am going to earn the trust of every person that I come in contact with today. I commuted to New York for 27 years. For most of those 27 years, I got up at 4:30. And when I hit the shower, and this is no joke, when I hit the shower every morning, I said to myself, today I am going to earn the trust of every person I come in contact with. Not just the people who pay me, not just the people who are higher up the food chain than me, my colleagues, the people who work for me, our secretaries. If I'm staying late, the cleaning lady who comes in at 7:30, I am going to earn their trust. And believe me, it pays off. It pays off, and I'll give you two examples. When I was a research manager at Merrill, I got a call from a colleague in London who had an idea. And I didn't really like the idea, but eventually she convinced me that it was valuable, and we decided we would go to the head of global research with this idea. So we set up a conference call, and we were going to present this idea to our boss. And I started talking. And I could tell from the comments that this gentleman made right off the bat, he did not like the idea. But I kept plugging away, sort of going through the logic that we had worked through. And he kept asking questions, and I knew he didn't like it, but I didn't give up. So I sort of passed the opportunity to speak to my colleague, and she says, oh, you know, this was really Jim's idea. And I was never all that in favor of it, and you know, Mr. Boss, you were right. There are all these problems in it, and I just wanted to see what you said, how you would react to this. What did she do? She betrayed. And maybe that's too strong a word. But what did our boss see in this person? Someone who bends with the way the wind blows. You don't want to be around those kinds of people. What did I learn from this? That she cannot be trusted. I went to one of my colleagues who managed the fixed income research part of Merrill, and I mentioned to him this episode, and he went, yeah, I've had the same experience with her. For the rest of my years in research management, I never had anything to do with that person. Never. Because she could not be trusted. And if you can't be trusted, then you're just like a disease. Episode number 2. Some friends are in the final stages of setting up an investment company. And they've asked me perhaps to be involved. And they have been meeting with prospective clients. And they've called me twice in the last month. And they have said to me, boy, you really have a good reputation in the financial industry. Now, I haven't worked on the institutional side for 10 years. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, we met with X, Y, and Z today, and they asked us who else was going to be involved in this venture. And we said, Jim Miner. And they said, wow, that's great. 10 years years after leaving that part of the business, for some reason, I am remembered well. How do I interpret that? It's a wonderful compliment. Absolutely wonderful. What do I think contributes to this feeling, positive feeling that people who are still in the investment business have toward me? It is because every day I said I am going to earn the trust of every person I come in contact with. And that stuck. What else sticks? That you have betrayed a colleague. Those kinds of things stay with you. So my advice is very simple. When you get up in the morning in Hardenberg Hall or Clothier where I live, say the same thing to yourself. I am going to earn the trust of every person I come in contact with today. And then when you start your job, you do the same thing again. You will be much better off for it. If you blow it, if you compromise your reputation, it will stick with you for years. So don't blow it.